Do I have courses? No. I mean, I've never done that actually. But yeah, so if you were to ask me about courses, I actually would say, I've said this before, but I think that this is something that from the very get-go of when I started doing content creation seriously in 2019, is that I made it an active point to not dumb down my content, very specifically because I know, just like anybody, just like anyone who's been in the chess world for a long time knows, if you do a lot of chess coaching, you could be an IM, a GM, whatever your level is. If you start coaching a lot to lower level players, your rating, you become a weaker chess player. Your rating goes down. You stop playing at your peak. You naturally make a sacrifice. So when you when you teach a lot to people who are lower rated than you are, you inevitably, your chess games, your level of play decreases significantly. And so I made an active point from the get-go to not do that. It was a very conscious decision to not try and dumb it down to a very basic level, because I knew that if I did that, my actual competitive level would fall significantly. So from the get-go, I've actually avoided doing all that sort of stuff. And like, that's the one thing that I would say, like, whether it's Levy or a lot of other content creators, is I think I'm the only one. I mean, Dina had a good result, to be fair to her, in Iceland, but I do think that when you look at the content creators, I am the only one who has not seen at least a 50-point rating decrease since I started going into content creation full time. Now, Dania doesn't really play much, so it's a little bit different. Dania actually would probably keep a 2600 plus level, because he does teach lower level players, but he actually teaches at a very advanced level. So Daniel, for example, I think would absolutely be able to keep his rating if he was streaming every day and was trying to play here or there. But if you look at the content creators, almost all of them have seen significant rating decrease. And Daniel also, yeah, like Daniel doesn't teach players at a 1000 level. He teaches players who are like 2000 or better. Like if you're approaching 2000 or master level, it's yeah, it's quite different. Daniel's teaching like hardcore. He's like teaching the try-hard kids who want to be like really serious about chess. So yeah, Daniel's probably a bad example, but everybody else I think has lost rating. Botez, for example, I think she's probably lost at least 150 rating points or somewhere around there. Like her rating is like 1988. I think her peak was close to 2200 at one point. Anna Cramley has lost a lot of rating points. Of course, Levy, I mean, this is the most obvious example, where I think Levy's rating is like 2330. He went from like 2400 plus, I think, to like 2330. So yeah, I mean, most of the content creators have lost a lot of points